Today we're going to be talking about how much I've made in my first year selling on Etsy. I'll be going through all 12 months of data, going through my visits, my orders, and my total revenue. And near the end of the video, I'm going to be going through all the equipment that I'm currently using right now. I made some changes since my last update, so after watching this, you'll know everything that I'm currently using today. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Tim, and last year I started a sticker business on Etsy, just as sort of a side hustle. It's been a fun journey and I've learned a lot so far. And in these videos, I'm just sharing my own experience, hoping that it'll help some of you guys out there too. So this is actually part 4 of my shop update series. So if you haven't seen the first 3 parts, you can check those out too. I'll try to make this video as standalone as possible so you don't have to watch all of those if you don't want to. But yeah, let's get into the numbers now. So I'm just gonna start with the dates here. It looks like I started my shop on August 11th of 2020. And I'm just gonna go up until August 31st of 2021. So as you can see here with this date range, I've had 18K visits, 1,476 orders with a conversion rate of 7.9% and a total revenue of $31,682. And here, if you look at the visits, you can see that they're just steadily going up. And if I switch this into the revenue tab, you'll see that it kind of like coincides as well. So I don't remember exactly where I left off with my last update, but I think it was probably around March or April. So if we just go month by month, you can see here in March we made $2,632. In April we made $3,047. And in May we dipped a little here. We made $2,735. And June was $4,007. July was $5,400. And then in August, we made $9,375 all in 1 month. So yeah, that's a pretty crazy number, right? But I just want to mention here, because it's kind of easy to forget, that selling physical products is not the easiest thing. For every order that comes in, you have to print the stickers, you have to cut them, you have to package them. There's a lot of work that comes into just shipping one order. And not only that, there's a lot of customer service type things that you have to deal with as well. So the more orders you get, the more customers are gonna be asking questions. Some orders are gonna get lost or delayed in the mail, especially with everything going on right now. And some customers, no matter what you're doing, they're gonna get the order and then they're not gonna be happy with the product. And they're gonna leave you bad reviews, they're gonna complain, and you're gonna have to deal with all that stuff too. But yeah, can we just talk about bad reviews for a minute? Because a lot of the time, they're just not fair. A lot of the times, the customers are just not reading your listings or your policies. And sometimes I feel like customers are straight up just trying to scam you to get free product or a refund or something like that. And as a business owner, I don't know if you guys feel like this, but your business is kind of like your baby. And when somebody says bad things about your business, it's hard not to take it personally. I know it's important to get and listen to feedback from your customers, but the way that Etsy sets up reviews, I think it encourages some bad customers to abuse the system. And that's something that I really don't like about Etsy right now. But yeah, getting back on topic, 9,000 seems like an amazing amount for a month, but you also have to think about doing like $9,000 worth of work. August was actually a really stressful month for me. That's a big reason why I haven't uploaded to YouTube for a long time, so I really apologize for that. And I wanted to bring this up because after that super stressful month, in September, my sales dropped significantly and I found myself really sad about it. I'll just show you guys right here. So right here, we're gonna add in September. And then as you can kind of see here, the visits went way down. And though my conversion rate stayed roughly the same, my revenue dropped down with it. So in September, I made $4,923, which is a pretty big drop, at least I'd say so. But yeah, I was bummed until I remember how stressful August was for me. And then I had to remind myself what I'm actually trying to achieve here. When I first started this business, I started it because it seemed fun. I always wanted to start a business since I was young, and it was really never about the money for me. It was more about the freedom. It was about making a product that people liked, learning how to sell and learning how to scale a business. Somewhere along the way, I think I forgot why I started. And it's funny because I was watching my old videos and you could see how genuinely happy I was making $500-600 a month. Like back then, those numbers were mind-blowing to me. And here I am being sad that I've only made like $4,000 in a month, which is really good, right? I think it's kind of like a trick that your mind plays. Once you've achieved something, you want to get higher. And then after you achieve that, you want higher than that. And I think that's just a recipe for unhappiness. But yeah, I just want to emphasize how important perspective is. At least for me, it's easy to get caught up in the numbers and metrics, but you kind of have to catch yourself. And you have to kind of remind yourself of the reason you started. And my hope from the beginning was to make stickers that made people smile. And I think I'm doing that, so it's all good. So now that we're done with the numbers, I'm going to be going through some of the equipment changes that I've made. So the first thing that I did was I got another silhouette cutter for my studio. If you watched my other videos, you'll know that I use a Silhouette Cameo 4. I still really like the machine and I've really learned how to use it well now. So yeah, here's a tip for you guys. If you really want to be efficient with your equipment, it's a good idea to learn everything you can about it. So you can open up the manual, read it through. You can go into the help menu in the software, and then you can learn everything that every setting does. So when I was doing this, I found some things that just helped me a lot. For example, for the longest time, I was using the sticky mat to stick every sheet of sticker paper into the machine before cutting it. But I found out through digging through the settings that you actually don't need to use the sticky mat. If you're using any type of material that has a backing on it, like stickers has the liner and then the sticker material on top, you actually don't have to use the mat at all. You can adjust the force so that it only cuts through the top layer, and then you don't need to use the sticky mat, which is amazing. This just saved me so much time because, as you can imagine, if you have 100 orders, you have to do like 100 sheets every time, and you're sticking and unsticking, and then the back of the liner gets sticky. It's just not efficient at all. But now I have a pretty smooth workflow going on, which is just helping with my efficiency. But yeah, getting 2 silhouettes was actually amazing because that was actually a huge bottleneck in my processing of orders, and now it's doubled my output, and it cost me only like 300 bucks. So that was a good deal. The next new update that I did was I got a new printer. So again, if you've been watching my old videos, you know that I've been using this really cheap printer that I got off Amazon. I think it was 80 to 100 bucks, and I just got it because it was the cheapest one that I could find. But the problem with that printer was that every time I had to replace an ink cartridge, it was costing me around $40, which is pretty insane because the cost of the entire printer was only like 80 bucks. And I was just finding that I was spending so much money on ink, I was looking for a cheaper way that I could do it. So I got this new printer, I'll put it up on screen. So with this new printer, I was actually researching ink prices before I bought the printer. And the cheapest one that I found was something called Mega Tank printers. So I think all major printer brands carry something like this now. What it really is like the printer has huge tanks of ink, and instead of a cartridge that you're replacing all the time, you get these bottles and then you squeeze them into the tanks when they run out. And it's a lot more cost effective. I think all the inks are less than $20, but they last way longer. I think like one bottle of ink is equivalent to like 10 ink cartridges or something like that. But yeah, the printer is a lot more expensive up front, but over time as you're running it, you're gonna save money with the inks, which is really your biggest cost when you're making stickers. And yeah, if you're interested in any of the products that I'm using, I'll link them down below in the description. And just for full disclosure, they're affiliate links. So what that is if you buy something after clicking one of the links, I make a small kickback, but it doesn't change the price for you at all. Like your price stays the same. But yeah, moving on. The last thing that I picked up since my last update was a Pitney Bowes machine. So I send all my stickers in regular envelopes using stamps. And stamps are okay, you can buy them in bulk and everything. But when you're sending out a lot of orders and people are buying different amounts of stickers, that just means that all your envelopes weigh different amounts. And I don't know what it's like in the US, but in Canada, like there's different thresholds of weight where you'll have to pay different amount of postage. So you'll have to weigh all your envelopes, and then you'll have to put the right amount of stamps on everything to make sure that they don't get sent back, which gets pretty tedious over time. But yeah, I discovered this machine called a postage meter, which pretty much makes the whole process super easy. You can literally put the letter on the scale, and then it's gonna calculate the postage for you, and then you put it into the machine to give it a stamp. And a good part about using one of these machines is you actually get a cheaper rate than the stamps too. So you're saving money and you're saving time. I think if you're outside Canada, there's a lot of other companies that do it, but I've been using Pitney Bowes and the machine seems kind of old, but it's been working great so far. And yeah, I highly recommend it if you're sending out a lot of envelopes. It's been a game changer for me. Anyways, that's it for the update, but now you guys are all up to date with everything that I'm doing and everything that's happening. So before I go, at the end of my videos, I thought it'd be cool if I answer some questions that I got from my previous videos. And the first one is one that I get a lot, so I just thought I'd answer it. It's why I don't share my Etsy shop. There's a bunch of people asking this, and some of them seem legitimately angry that I'm not providing my shop. And there's one person, no joke, that implied that because I'm not sharing it, I must be part of the Illuminati. But yeah, people would ask me all the time what my shop was, and I used to be pretty open with it. People would message me asking for it on Instagram, and I would just send it to them. But over time, what I saw was that the people that were asking me straight up just wanted to copy what I was doing. Like these people would see my shop, and they would copy all of my designs and all of my listings almost to the point where they had an exact copy of my store. And then all the tags were the same, all the policies were the same. And after dealing with a bunch of that stuff, I realized it was actually kind of hurting my store. And that's a big reason why I've stopped sharing it. If you watch my past videos, you'll know that I'm always telling you how important it is to find a niche in the market that doesn't have much competition that you think you could do well at. I think I found a good niche, but if you have people constantly copying your store exactly how it is, competition is going to be a lot tougher. And yeah, in these videos, I'm already sharing exactly how much I make. I share where I get all of my supplies, and I share exactly how I make my products. I do my best to be as transparent as I can, but I don't think I can share my shop anymore. So I'm sorry for that, guys. Please don't be mad at me, okay? And I have nothing to do with the Illuminati. But yeah, when I started this channel, I wanted it to be more about helping entrepreneurs in general. I never wanted it to be specifically about my shop. So with that being said, please leave comments. Let me know where you are in your entrepreneurial journey. Like if you're just starting out, or if you've been open for a while, or what kind of things you're struggling with. Maybe we can all help each other out. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.